Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome. It's Thursday night, and that means it's time to talk about what's coming up in and around the area here in the local area. And I seem to be, this seems to be a recurring theme for me this week. I'm again apologizing for running late. Um, who knew that this whole not being here for a month was going to really be so much work? Um, but that is, yeah, it's. I mean, that's weird, but it is what it is. So yes, this is the last. Tomorrow night, Steel and Stitches is going to be doing a Fiber Fun Friday. And other than that, this is the last broadcast that I have scheduled. I hope, and my plan is that this is the last broadcast that I have scheduled for about a month. I mentioned this earlier in the month. I'm just going to go over it really quickly again now, and then we won't have to discuss it more later. But just to let everybody know what's going on and potentially what might what the deal is. Uh, StreamYard, the software that I use to broadcast these lives, it had when I signed up for it last year, it cost me $230. Um, it was the annual cost at the time was $240. They gave me a $10 new subscriber discount, so it was $230 is what I paid for the StreamYard software in order to be able to do this um, all year. Well, it's time for uh, my subscription to renew, and StreamYard has released a whole bunch of new features. They've done some really cool stuff, and I am not complaining about the features they've added. They've added some really neat features. Um, but along with those really neat features, they decided they were going to revamp their subscription system. So the lowest level paid subscription, which I had last year, which was $240, cost me $230, um, has morphed. And this year, if I renew the first part of the first week of October, the lowest paid tier subscription that StreamYard has will be $430. And that's not a cost that I can absorb. Um, and unfortunately, what that means is that I have to go find a new software to use, something new that's out there that will give me the same functionality that I have or similar functionality, something that I can work with that's going to allow me to continue to do this at a reasonable price. So also in the month of October, we have a family wedding coming up, and that's going to be the focus of a large amount of my time uh, preparing for that. So, with that being said, my plan is I'm going to take off the month of October. Um, and during the month of October, I'm going to be investigating alternatives to StreamYard, alternatives for being able to host this, and hopefully by the first part of November. I mean, I'm kind of shooting for. I was originally thinking, that so November 1st is a Friday. So I was thinking, probably since I normally do these streams Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Um, I was thinking that I would probably make my first stream back on the first Tuesday in November, which is November 5th. Um, I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably um, going to wait another week until November 12th. And the reason for that is that November 5th is election day. And, um, well, I'm not going to say I want to compete with that because I'm not competing with that. I, I, I have no competition there. Um, but um, I will be going to vote that day, unless I early vote, which I might do. I don't know. But by no later than November 5th, I will be voting. And um, I'll probably, and I realize this is me actually getting a little older, that I'll actually probably at least I'm probably not going to be glued to the TV for the results, but I will probably, be popping over to either a local news report or checking things online every half hour, so kind of get a feel for how it looks like the election's going. Um, by the way, this is about probably the only political post, or the closest thing to a political post, that you'll ever see me make. I am not going to tell you how to vote. I will tell you that you should vote. And if you are going to vote, then you should be an educated voter. You should go out and you should learn what is the things that you're voting for. And you should not let a um, it's the you should not let a letter tell you how to vote. You should not look for an R or a D next to someone's name unless their name is Robert or Daniel. I mean, those are the only R's and D's, or some something similar to that, that should influence your vote. If you vote for a party without, yes, hey, I just admitted I'm an old man. Yep. But if you vote for a party without making it an educated vote, you do yourself and your country a disservice. So I encourage you, over the course of the next month, go research the candidates, all of the candidates. Go research the issues, all of the issues. Go listen to contrary opinions. Don't just stick your head in an echo chamber and listen to what you think you want to hear. Listen to people that disagree with you. Um, Learn what they have to say. Listen to both sides of it. Make an informed decision. If you make an informed decision, whether or not it's one that I agree with, I will respect you for that. Um, but if all you're going to do is rubber stamp something, if you're basically going to go in there as a mindless drone and say, "Oh, there is a special letter next to this idiot's name. I'm going to vote for this idiot because he has this special letter next to his name." Um, well, I think I just told you how I feel about that. So, anyway, go vote. Vote responsibly, vote intelligently, and vote informed. And something that I used to listen to. I haven't listened to him for a while because my schedule has changed, and so I'm not in the car during that period of time. But I used to listen on the way to work a lot. I would listen to Drake in the Morning out of Memphis, and he would have some of the local political figures come on once or twice a week. And one of the things that really interested me is that one of the guys he'd have on regularly was one of the controllers from Memphis, or somebody out of the mayor's office would come on and talk. And the this guy would regularly say, he said, if you want to facilitate change, do that locally. Your votes um, will have an outsized effect in local matters. It's kind of, you could kind of think of it as like an inverse funnel. If you're looking at the amount of of real actionable direct influence that your vote will have, that amount is biggest the closer you are to home, and it narrows the farther away you get from home, because it gets more diluted by more votes. So be involved in your local community, be aware of what is going on in your local community, and make informed decisions about your local community and how that will affect you, affect your friends, your neighbors, your relatives, and all of your community, your local businesses, be informed. I don't care how you vote, just be informed. Make an informed vote. That's the only thing I care for. And that, holy crap, that was a 10-minute long rant that I never intended to start when I started doing this. I am not going to apologize for it because I mean every last word of it. But I really did not mean to go on about you need to vote for the last 10 minutes. But seriously, you do. Um, okay, enough of that. So yeah, probably not going to go live November 5th. So um, maybe we'll shoot for something later that week. Otherwise, target date is probably going to be Tuesday, November 12th to resume streams. And that is all predicated on me being able to find some software that I can afford, which will do the things that I need it to do. So, fingers crossed that happens, and hopefully, I will see you back here in just a little over a month. But now, with all that being said, and I will admit that there's a little bit of that while I was waiting for a couple of my slide decks to finish rendering. So I did kind of need to fill in about 3 of those 10 minutes, but yeah, we're good to go now. Anyway, let's jump into it. Let's talk about what's going on coming up in and around the area over the course of the next month. And again, I apologize for being late tonight. I even pushed back the start time because I knew I was going to be a little late because trying to put together a whole month's worth of stuff and trying to find everything I possibly could was just it was a bigger task than what I thought it was going to be. Anyway, let's just jump into it. This weekend at Unraveled Yarn Boutique, there is a beginner's knit class. You can learn to knit. The class includes yarn, needles, and instructions. And then they're going to give you some instructions. And I know it says at a later date will help you start a beginner's pattern. So what they're going to do is they want to set you up for success. So they are going to give you uh, some instruction. They're going to show you how to make several stitches, and they're going to want you to get comfortable with those stitches. And once you feel like you're comfortable with those stitches, then they will help you. They will show you how to start building something with those foundational tools that you've got. But they don't want to just throw you into here's a pattern, go create this, without making sure that you're comfortable and you understand what's going on with that whole process. So I think that's really awesome. Yeah, it does mean that the class is going to be maybe a little spread out. You might have some here, and then you may have to come back in a couple weeks for the second part of it. But it is going to be learn what you need to learn, and after you do that, then you're going to progress. So you don't have to feel rushed, and you don't have to feel like you're not going to get the benefit of the class. This week at Juniper Tree Meadery, there is going to be a launch party for Nicole Garner's latest book, The Death Cabin. This is an interesting book for Nicole. I talked to her about this a little bit a month or so ago. We discussed it briefly. This is a book that was it's not directly tied to the rest of the series that she's been developing and the other books that she has produced. This is kind of its own separate thing. It is convenient that this is it does have a slightly different vibe to it, but it does kind of fit with the fall season and moving into October and everything. I think it's going to be a really good book. I think that you'll really enjoy it. There will be a launch party, and this is going to be your first opportunity to actually get your hands on the book if you were not one of the pre-release people who got it early to kind of critique it and that kind of thing. But anyway, that will be taking place this Saturday at Juniper Tree Meadery. Also, this Saturday, June and Giles will be providing musical entertainment for you. Mrs. B's Gourmet Grilled Cheese will be at Juniper Tree Friday and Saturday. And then they have a special seasonal mead-tini that will be making its debut this weekend also. So lots of fun stuff going on at Juniper Tree Meadery this weekend. Downtown Nutrition is considering, and this isn't set in stone yet, but they are considering having a creativity this month, and this will be a Dollar Tree spellbook DIY using only materials from Dollar Tree. So they are looking to see if there is interest in this, if you guys would like to do this or not. If you would, if you are interested in it, if you think this would be something cool that you'd like to get involved with, go see the Downtown Nutrition Facebook page and let them know. The Paragould Farmers Market Fall Market, the final market of the year, is going to be this Saturday, September 28th. The opening bell rings at 8 a.m. and the closing of the market is at noon when you hear the tornado sirens. However, probably not going to have, just because of the weather that may possibly be around the area. Would not surprise me if they do not have the regular Saturday sounding of the tornado sirens that they, or the storm sirens that they usually do. So if still, market hours are from 8 until noon this coming Saturday at the Paragould Community Pavilion. Now, this picture here is a huge doesn't quite do it justice. Giant seems to be a little pretentious, but this is an incredibly large mum. This is a mum of extraordinary size. And this mum has been donated by Old Fairy Plants and Produce out of Pocahontas. They've donated this mum to the Paragould Farmers Market. And Paragould Farmers Market is making it available. They are having an auction on their Facebook page. You can bid whatever amount you would like to have for this mum, and the mum will go to the highest bidder. The auction closes at 8 a.m. Saturday morning. So the auction closes when the market opens. The highest, they're the winning bid. Yes, it is a mum of unusual size. Yes. It does exist. I have a picture of it right here, and I promise this isn't AI generated or photoshopped. The MOUS took me a minute to actually put that together. Mum of unusual size. Yes. Uh, yeah. Anyway, yeah. The mum, when the market opens, the auction closes, and whoever is the highest bidder at that time will have until 11 o'clock to claim that mum. If they do not claim it by 11 o'clock, then it goes to the next highest bidder, and so far down the list until someone claims it. So you will need to be there and be able to claim that and pay for that mum on Saturday morning. Also at the farmers market, Defying Gravity will be there. They're going to be there and start playing around 9 a.m. and they'll probably play until 11:30. Special guest Aaron Hammond and Alan Woolridge are going to be sitting in with Defying Gravity to provide you with some music while you're checking out all the cool stuff at the farmers market this weekend. The Paragould Regional Chamber of Commerce has several ribbon cuttings that are coming up over the course of the next month. October 1st is the rescheduled Harmon Park pickleball courts. Ribbon cutting will take place for that October 1st at 4 p.m. That was originally scheduled for last month, and they got rained out, and they almost tried it. We saw it in person last weekend, and yes, it is. It is an absolute beast. It is huge. It makes large mums look kind of dwarfish. October 4th. Clicky the wrong thingy. I didn't mean to click on that. We'll get there in a minute. That was the next slide. October 4th, the ribbon cutting for the new Paragould Municipal Complex. October 29th at noon will be the ribbon cutting for the Greene County Cooperative Extension Services Facility. And then business after hours with the Paragould Regional Chamber of Commerce will be taking place on October 22nd from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at the Vision Care Center of Paragould. So lots of stuff going on. We're only on slide number 7. Lots of stuff going on in and around the Paragould area over the course of the coming month, and we're just kind of jumping right into them. Blush Beauty Bars and Bags has a new, and this makes me sad, y'all. This makes me sad. I'm going to tell you what makes me sad. They have a new shipment of hats, and when I was actually putting together this slide deck, I had like a half a dozen hat puns all lined up. I mean, that were just ready to go. Um, and I figured that I could put, at least 2 or 3 of them. I could slide these hat puns in there along with this, and somehow or another, they managed to slip my mind. That's what happens. I should write stuff down more often and remember where I wrote it down. That's helpful also. But Blush does have a new selection of hats. If you'd like to go check out their hats, they have a wide variety available in a lot of different colors and sizes. You can probably find one that will fit you as well. Weber's Bookhouse. The book club meets October 5th at 3:30 to discuss this month's book club book, which is The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. This is an interesting book. Now, I don't get a chance to read these, but Jersey and I do. We listen to these. We have the Libro FM app, and we use that to support Weber's Bookhouse by purchasing the audiobooks, and we listen to books whenever we're going back and forth between different places and stuff like that. And we've been listening to this. This is interesting. I'm liking this book. Our listening to it. Normally, we get to listen to it in fairly large chunks. Like 30 minutes to an hour or 2 hours, or some decent sized chunks. We get to listen to it in some decent sized chunks. For whatever reason, listening to it this month has been in very almost smaller pieces. So I'm getting this, and it's almost like a cereal or something. Not the kind you eat, but just a serialized story. We don't always even get through like a whole chapter. So it's like a half a chapter, and then you're left, what's going to go on next? And you feel like you should hear the radio announcer in the background saying, tune in next week when you'll hear the continuing saga of, not quite as bad as a soap opera, but kind of you get the idea. But it is an interesting book, and I actually think it would make like a really good, it could make a very fun, like a mini series or something like that on TV. It's really cool. Am I going to stay doing that? Doing what? Oh, start doing that? Maybe. And we mentioned this a little bit ago that Juniper Tree is having a the pre-release party, the first look at The Death Cabin by Nicole Gardner. Weber's Bookhouse will be having a book signing for Nicole Gardner on October 26th from 10 to noon. So that's something coming up toward the end of October. And it's going to be a really cool book for that too. All that fall vibe and that Halloween, feeling to it, and it's really cool. The Cultured Man has a limited production run of Keep Greene County Wet, Ugly Women Need Lovin' 2 shirts from Roy's. This is a throwback shirt back from when Greene County was considering going dry. Obviously, we know that didn't happen, but this was back when that was being considered. This was one of the shirts that came out. Yes, that day is ridiculously popular, and we're not even to the end of it yet. Yes, October 26th is going to be a wild packed day for sure. Collins Theater this Saturday night, September 28th at 8 p.m. We'll have Officer Udy and his comedy routine will be at the Collins Theater. Chad Prather will be here doing comedy October 11th at 8 p.m. Napoleon Dynamite Live will be at the Collins Theater on October 12th at 7:30. Dracula, the play. This is going to be okay. And sorry, I was having a hard time reading the bloody words at the top of the screen. The Greene County Fine Arts Council is bringing you Dracula, adapted by, I can't read all that in that font and that size. This is rated PG-13. They do recommend that you use some discretion if you're going to be bringing small children. There's going to be some things there that may not be suitable for small children. You can get all the details about that on the Collins Theater Facebook page, and they'll kind of go into a little more detail about that there. This is going to be presented October 24th through 27th and October 31st. So you'll have several opportunities to be able to read or to see that if you'd like to go see Dracula. November 3rd will be a film screening and live commentary with question and answer with C. Thomas Ponyboy Howell, a screening of The Outsiders. GS Accessories, Gifts, and Home Decor has some really cool looking pink stuff, because in October we wear pink. So go check out the selection of pink merchandise available from GS Accessories, Gifts, and Home Decor. Perfect Touch Home and Gift. Y'all, this is okay. I got to say this. I'm not the kind of person that has door hangers, but if I were the kind of person that had door hangers, this would be the kind of door hangers that I would like to have, because what you're looking at is you're looking at two sides of the same door hanger here. They have dual-sided door hangers. So you can buy one door hanger and you can hang it up, and you can do the fall stuff, for the happy harvest, and you can get the fall stuff there, and then you don't have to go get a new door hanger. You can just flip it over and you've got the snowman for the winter season. Oh, what fun. So yes, this is the kind of door hanger that I would have. And just for the record, when I talk about that, the first thing that, as I started talking about that, the first thing that I thought of was the fact that I'm terrible when it comes to keeping up with calendars. We have door hangers on our doors. I know there's one on the carport door. I didn't know there was one on the other door. Yeah. So again, remember, if I was into door hangers, obviously we know that I'm not. But yeah, I just managed to get my calendar flipped to September here earlier this week. I got a couple days left, and hopefully I'll get it to October on time. Appalicious Gourmet Apples and Treats. We do that on the front door. Christmas turns over. Oh, okay. Gourmet or Appalicious Gourmet Apples and Treats. I know the weather's getting cooler, but that doesn't mean there's still not an excuse to have ice cream. And if you don't want to have ice cream, they always have an amazing selection of candy coated apples. And the coolest thing about their candy coated apples is, when I was a kid, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth and they were still inventing dirt and that kind of stuff, you got a candy apple and you had to eat it off the stick, which usually meant that things like this happen. You made a mess. You're trying to take a bite out of it. You end up getting your nose stuck in the caramel that's on it. And then, you got caramel on your nose, and then it kind of strings off. And anyway, if you get a candy coated apple from Appalicious Gourmet Apples and Treats, you have the option to eat it like that. And if you are If you can do that and not make a mess, my I tip my hat to you. I am not that talented. I can manage to stain my shirt drinking water. So um, she will offer you the option. Would you like her to cut the apple? So she will actually slice it up into like a 3 by 3 grid, and then and serve it to you that way. So you can just eat the slices. That's right. Yeah, she cut ours, and cutting that apple up, it makes it awesome if you want to share an apple with somebody, or if you just want more manageable and slightly less messy pieces to eat. Um, yes, he really can, folks. Yes, I can manage to stain my shirt by drinking water. I am just that talented. I also have the ability to stand in the way without knowing about it or having any idea that I'm actually doing it. And if I go to move, trying to be helpful, if I go to try to move, I will step more in the way in the effort of, in the act of trying to get out of the way. So, yes, I am. Just remember, not all superpowers are beneficial, and I am walking proof of that. Lots of stuff going on at BRTC over the course of the next month. Starting, yes, I am the best wall ever. I am an amazing wall. I can stand in the way and block people's view like nobody's business. Uh, BRTC, their community outreach class, is going to be having a pumpkin butter and carrot cake jam canning class on October 3rd in Pocahontas. Now, I do want to point out this is in Pocahontas. The rest of the BRTC events that we're going to be talking about take place in Paragould, but I wanted to make sure everybody knew this one specifically will be in Pocahontas. On October 8th, there's going to be an acrylic painting canvas class. You can choose from Magical Pumpkin or Witches Be Crazy. On October 10th, wait, did I have those out? No, okay. I just can't math. On October 10th, there will be a stained glass, pumpkin, or candy corn class. October 12th and 15th, there is a coffee cozy crochet class. And I'm really surprised I managed to spit that out without getting um without stumbling over it, because that was kind of, that was something. But yeah, a coffee cozy crochet class will be taking place on October 15th and 22nd. If you'd like to register for one of those classes, you can see that and all the other things that are available on the BRTC community uh, events page, and along with the links to sign up and register for those classes. Stained Glass Owl with Moon will be taking place on October 24th. And on October 28th, there will be a Christmas lantern swag decorating class. And Taco Rio, interestingly enough, I just learned something from Taco Rio. I learned that, and I don't want to get this wrong, so I'm going to go look it up again, because I thought, hey, that sounds really interesting. I should remember that, because that would be a good thing for me to talk about. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Did you know that Taco Rio's second best seller is their taco salad? Um, yeah, normally Taco Rio has some really encouraging posts, and I like to see their little quotes and stuff. This one is just more of an observational one, that all at once summer collapsed into fall. It's a quote from Oscar Wilde, uh, which kind of does feel like the way things are going. That summer has kind of burned itself out, and now we are starting to slowly creep into fall. Although, looking at the calendar and considering the weather, and this being Arkansas, this is probably the end of uh, what is it, second summer, and then we're going into false fall, which will be followed by third summer, and then maybe fall. before real fall actually takes place. But whatever it is, I am enjoying the cooler temperatures and the lower humidity that we are currently experiencing. And I'm not going to complain about it however long it lasts. I am going to enjoy it. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission's Forest Elwood Crowley's Ridge Nature Center will be having their fall family fair this Saturday. This is a free event. I don't believe you have to register for it, but you might want to go check the Forest Elwood Facebook page just to confirm. Verb Bookstore has a new their new seasonal shirt is the books. You can order that. I think it was a sweatshirt. You can order that now. You can order that on the Verb Facebook page. Verb, this comment about save the book fairies. Thank you for your support. Verb Bookstore earlier this week posted a very a very I don't want to use dire and I don't want to use troubling, but it was a very concerning message that they posted, and they're quite open and honest about some difficulties that the store was having, and they reached out to the community. And if you go look at their Facebook page, um, the owner of Verb Bookstore has a post on there that she posted. So I think she posted the original post on Tuesday, and then she posted a follow up to it on Wednesday, commenting on what had happened. But it's very heartwarming, and it was a really great it was something great to listen to. If you get a chance, go to the Verb Bookstore Facebook page and scroll back and like look at the past week's posts, and you'll be able to get an understanding of what's going on and how that's all working out. And um, yeah, if you get a chance, you go check out Verb Bookstore in Jonesboro. Right after you go check out, Weber's Bookhouse, here in Paragould, of course. You can never have too many bookstores. You can probably not have too many books. The key is that you need to read the books too. You don't just um, don't just collect them like stamps. Actually read them. Well, this Saturday, September 28th, the lounge at Huntington Square is going to be having three national touring comedians, Jack Wright, J.C. Sabala, and J.B. Buchanan, will be there for Comic Invasion Live. Showtime starts at 8 p.m. Tickets are $18. You can get those tickets at comicinvasion.tv, or you can scan that QR code that you see down in the corner of the screen. The Paisley Pineapple has Christmas warmies available. We're getting into that season where you start seeing a lot of fall merchandise, and running right up on the heels of that is Christmas merchandise. We're past the 4th of July, so I'm surprised that Walmart doesn't have their Christmas merchandise out, for the last 2 months. Probably start selling Easter merchandise sometime next week. Anyway, I saw this picture of these Christmas warmies, and I think that the Rudolph one and the other reindeer one looks super cute. Um, if you ever if you're familiar with Jeff Dunham's comedy, when I saw this picture, the first thing I thought of was Peanut really let himself go. So if you're familiar with Jeff Dunham's comedy, you'll understand what I mean by that. But the blue guy in the middle just reminds me of Peanut. The Tiny Twig is still got room for a few people in their succulent pumpkin planter workshop that is scheduled for October 11th. If you would be interested in signing up for that, go reach out to the Tiny Twig and let them know so they can get you on the list. Artsy Unique Boutique will be having their annual Fall Frenzy on October 19th. You'll be able to pick a pumpkin. They will have sweet treats and vendors and all things artsy. Rock style secondhand swag is starting to come out with some slightly. They're feeling the fall vibes in the air, and they are getting their fall swag out and ready for you. Uh, some longer sleeves, layered looks, and some of those more earthy colors of fall. It's from Rudolph. We own the movie. Hermie the Elf Dentist was in it too. I still think it looks like Peanut. I mean, I'm not saying, but it reminds me so much of Peanut. And Party Time Celebration would like to invite you to come meet Bluey and Bingo at the Get Downtown Festival on Saturday, October 5th from 10 a.m. to noon. They will be at the Miracle Kids booth. Jerry Ann's is having a couple of virtual paint parties. The first one is going to be, this is going to be an online event. This will be a paint party. Harvest Blue is the title of the picture that you will be creating. This will be taking place on Friday, October 18th. And this will be something you can either, you need to register for the event, and there's a cost associated with it. You'll get the list of, of things that you need to acquire for the event, and you'll get the link to the invite. This is one of those things, though, because this is going to be an online event, and this is kind of cool. If for some reason you aren't able to make it live, you will be able to catch the replay. You will be able to. It will be recorded, and you'll be able to watch the recording if you're not able to catch this event live. October 25th, there's going to be a second virtual event. This time, Hocus Pocus themed. And we mentioned Nicole Gardner a little bit earlier. Nicole Gardner has a few events that are coming up. September 28th, she's going to be at Juniper Tree Meadery for the early release launch party of The Death Cabin. There will be a special cocktail and a book talk that go along with that. On October 5th at 9 a.m., she will be at Booktoberfest at Native Brewworks in Jonesboro. And later that same day at 3 p.m., she will be at the Author Talks at Verb Bookstore in Jonesboro. And toward the end of the month on October 26th, you can catch her here in town in Paragould at Weber's Bookhouse for a book signing from 10 a.m. to noon. Something sweet. It is another Thursday, and that means it is Keto Thursday. And yes, once again, I did not make it there. I didn't even think about it, which is really sad because I had to go to Corner Drug, so I was practically right around the corner, and I completely forgot about it. But Something Sweet has a really amazing looking keto menu, and oops, and definitely. I was looking at the other pictures they had online of their the rest of their pastry case. Really delicious looking stuff. Great place to go in, grab yourself something sweet, grab yourself a cup of coffee, and perfect while you're wandering around downtown, especially on these cooler fall mornings. We're going to check out the farmers market. Actually, if you're going to go to the farmers market, Something Sweet will have their coffee trailer set up there as well. This Saturday is 9 point day. I'd say 9 punch day, but they don't give you punch cards anymore. This Saturday is 9 point day at Shadrack's. And this month's featured drink is the Campfire Cali Freeze. But any of their drinks that are normally eligible for points, you will be able to get 9 points for those drinks this Saturday, all day long. And I don't know how I feel about that. Um, no, the abominable snow monster of the north called Bumble, he would have been Peanut's great grandpappy. All right. Well, maybe that explains uh, the the family resemblance. And yes, the line is going to be so long already. I know. Um, I mean, I don't. I mean, on one part of me, I'm kind of excited about, the 9 point day because, 10 points is a free drink and I get a lot of stuff from Shadrack's anyway. So if I can get an extra free one, I'm not going to complain too much. But on the other hand, I know it's going to be a really long and busy line, and I'm just not really looking forward to having to be in line. By the way, because this is a special event and they are expecting to be extremely busy, um, Shadrax has asked that you please be respectful and cognizant of the other people that are on the road. Don't be blocking traffic, and make sure that everybody else has a chance to flow through. Yeah, and don't just be tying up traffic for everybody. They promise they will try to get everyone through as quickly as possible. They will be fully staffed at all of their locations, and because this is going to be a busy morning, they will not be taking any text in orders that morning. Only you're going to have to actually order your drinks when you get there, when you get in line. And yes, 4 days left. Well, it was 4 days 2 days ago. Now it's only 2 days because, yes, and use both lanes. Yes, both lanes work. Just get in the shortest lane, and it's this concept called a zipper. Uh, Left lane goes, right lane goes, left lane goes, right lane goes, left. It's not complicated. Um, so uh, yeah, be polite and be respectful. Uh, they work really really fast, and they will get you through with all your drinks just as quickly as they can. So there was 4 days left 2 days ago. That means there's 2 days left today. I actually think it's more like one day because you've got Friday. That's the only day that's left because Saturday is the day, right? So Saturday is going to be 9 punch day at Shadrack's. A couple of the things coming up at Shadrack's. October 3rd, which is next Thursday, a week from today, is October's Give Back Thursday at Shadrack's. And on the first Thursday of the month, Shadrack's donates all their profits from that day to a local charity. For October the 3rd, the charity that they have selected is Together We Foster, and the profits from the Northeast Arkansas locations will be going to Together We Foster on October 3rd. Next month, on November 1st, which will be Give Back Thursday for November, the charity of the month for Give Back Thursday in November is Arrow Adoptions. Mrs. B's Gourmet Grilled Cheese is going to be at Juniper Tree Meadery this weekend. And this was something that they had last week. You can, and this has got to be like the best combination. This is just an amazing idea. You can get, I mean, they have some fantastic, super complex grilled cheese sandwiches that are all yummy and stuffed with all sorts of stuff. They have I like spicy stuff, and they have a like a buffalo wing sauce with your buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich, and it is super delicious. Um, but you can just get the OG, the original regular grilled cheese sandwich, and they have a tomato soup dipping sauce that you can get to go along with it. And I think that is just about amazing, especially if it's going to be like on like a cooler day, like a chilly day or something like that, or a damp day, which Friday is probably going to be a really damp day. But yeah, just something like there's something about grilled cheese and tomato soup that's just awesome. At least I think so. The Foundry's got a lot of stuff going on coming up over the course of the next month. Uh, this Saturday from 2 to 5 p.m., they will be having an altered Learn to Play event. I believe the cost for that event is $15, but I'm not sure. You can check on their Facebook page to make sure of that. But if you would like to learn how to play Altered, this will give you an opportunity to do that. Blood Bowl 7's tournament will be taking place on September 29th at noon. This was originally scheduled. The Blood Bowl Sevens tournament was originally scheduled for September 28th. However, one of the uh, one of the individuals is very much involved in this. There's something that came up of rather emergent nature, and they're not going to be able to be there Saturday, so they've rescheduled this until Sunday, the 29th. But the Blood Bowl Sevens tournament will be Sunday, September 29th at noon. October 12th will be the Flesh and Blood tournament for their second Saturday tournament at 5 p.m. The Flesh and Blood 5th anniversary celebration event will be taking place on November 2nd at 5 p.m. November 2nd is a Saturday. So, yeah, the Fab Five, not the Beatles, the Fab 5th anniversary event will be taking place November 2nd, Saturday, November 2nd at 5 p.m. The Judd Hill Farmers Market. The Judd Hill Farmers Market in Jonesboro has a slightly longer season than the Paragould Farmers Market, and that's okay because what that does, that means it gives you a few more opportunities to be able to enjoy local produce and the local things that you can get from the vendors there. Seasonal local produce. There's honey, baked goods, flowers, plants, jelly, meats, popcorn, crafts, and much, much more. The Judd Hill Farmers Market will be going through October. Their hours are 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. So you'll be able to, if you're jonesing for um, your farmers market fix after the Paragould Farmers Market closes this weekend, you'll still be able to go to the Judd Hill Farmers Market through the month of October. Um, Something to keep in mind last year, and I haven't heard if they're going to do it again this year or not, but they did have in the off season, so after October, so um, in kind of the winter months and early spring months, they had a monthly market that was like 10 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. That would take place at the farmers market. It was a slightly smaller event, and it was mostly inside the building there. So I'll keep an eye out for that. I don't know if they have that planned. I'm assuming they will, but I don't know for sure that they have plans for that for this fall and this winter as well. Pollard Farms and Homesteads is cooking up things with cranberries, and you can look for those things this Saturday morning at the Paragould Farmers Market. Find out all the things they're doing with cranberries, getting ready for this fall season. Sweet Tea's Vintage and Artisan Market is going to be having a fall outdoor market on Saturday, October 5th. If you would like to be a part of that market, vendor spaces are $10 for a 10 by 10 spot, and you can contact Sweet Teas and let them know you'd be interested in one. They can make arrangements for you to your payment for that or however you need to do that. They can give you all the details if you contact them, let them know you're interested. Los Arcos, I was just thinking about this the other day. Los Arcos had posted earlier in the year that they were getting a food truck together. They were going to have a food truck. They announced this around the middle of May, I think it was. And this is a peek at the food truck. I don't think the food truck is out and about just yet, but this is your first look at the new food truck, all painted and wrapped up and ready to go. And you'll probably be able to find Los Arcos Mobile somewhere soon near you. Honey and Hope Boutique. We'll be having a Boo Talks at the Boutique on October 24th at 5 p.m. If you'd be interested in that, go see the Honey and Hope Facebook page and you can get all the details about how you can register and sign up for that event. Partovi's Euros and Falafel will not be open tomorrow. I think because they don't want you to swim in order to be able to get your Euros. They are tentatively planning on being open on Saturday, weather permitting. Check their Facebook page before you go make the trip to see them on Saturday, just to make sure that they will be open. NEA Comedians Open Mic Sunday Fun Day will be taking place on not July 7th. So either I grabbed the wrong slide or they didn't update the date on their slide for the new event. They did not update the date on their event. All right, it should be Sunday, October 6th, will be the next Sunday Fun Day open mic. And then following that, there will be a Sunday, November 3rd, are the next two open mic Sunday Fun Day events that are coming up. Sunday, October 6th, and then Sunday, November 3rd are the. If you'd like to go listen to some live local comedy, you can do that at Skinny J's starting at 7 p.m. There is no cost to attend. Extra Lives Arcade. We had a slide up here a month or so ago that was talking about the Extra Lives Arcade. They were considering adding some additional hours, and they have now done that. They are officially open on Sundays from 1 to 6 p.m. So if you would like to go check out the Extra Lives Arcade, Wednesday and Thursday, 5 to 9 p.m., Friday from 5 p.m. to midnight, Saturday from noon to midnight, and Sunday from 1 to 6 p.m. They are closed Monday and Tuesday. And also, they are pleased to announce the newest addition to the arcade gaming floor. Galaga is now ready for you to play. There are several events that are coming up in and around the local area. We'll kind of jump through those. I know we've been here just about an hour, but this is the light at the end of the tunnel, and I don't think it's an oncoming train, but we're getting closer there. We've made it through 3 of the 4 slide decks already, so hey. Native Brewworks Oktoberfest is taking place this weekend, Friday and Saturday, September 27th and 28th. If you would like to be a part of Oktoberfest, you can go do that at Native Brewworks this weekend. They have some new shirts. They have some Oktoberfest glassware and other interesting things available for you if you would like that. Plus, the fall selection of beers will be available as well. Plates on Pruitt is taking place on October 3rd. This is catered by Chow 118. Tickets are $75 a piece. You can purchase them online or at Something Sweet. If you purchase them online, there is a surcharge that will be added in addition to the $75. But if you would like to purchase them at Something Sweet, you won't have to pay that extra fee. Downtown After Hours, October 4th at 7:30 in the Community Pavilion with Hayfield. This is the beginning of the Get Downtown Festival, which is going on that same weekend. It kind of starts on October 3rd. It's kind of like the soft opening for the Get Downtown Festival. October 3rd is a Thursday, and then the Get Downtown Festival is Friday and Saturday. So, yeah, the Plates on Pruitt is kind of the soft open for that. And then Downtown After Hours on Friday, October 4th, 7:30 with Hayfield at the Community Pavilion. Also at the Community Pavilion on October 4th will be the second annual Chili Cook-Off. It's $5 to enter, and the proceeds go to benefit Project Hope. The hours for the Chili Cook-Off are 6:30 to 8 p.m. with the asterisk of or when the chili runs out. October 4th and 5th is the Get Downtown Festival, 2 days of epic celebration and entertainment in downtown Paragould. There will be a block party on Friday night, live music, food trucks, a kids pavilion, petting zoo, and street vendors. All sorts of cool stuff to find and do in downtown Paragould, October 4th and 5th. The Campbell, Missouri's Farmer Market Fall Festival will be taking place in the Campbell City Park on Saturday, October 5th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Live music by Steve Pattison, Jake Lung, and Justin Heskett. Again, I don't know who Steve Patton is. I think I called him Pattison a second ago. I don't know who Steve Patton is. That name, I might if I saw him, but the name just isn't ringing a bell. However, I do know Jake Lung and Justin Heskett, and if they're going to be providing music for you, I promise there is going to be good music to be had, music to listen and enjoy while you are. Um, okay. Um, so the funny look on my face is because while I'm in the middle of trying to do this, I just got a notification that my Steam subscriber agreement has been updated. I don't know why. I'll read that later, but that was very bizarre. Um, anyway, contact Kimberly Huber or Pelissa Huber if you are uh, at the Campbell's Farmers Market if you need more information. The fourth annual Booktoberfest at Native Brewworks will be taking place on October 5th. We mentioned this a little bit earlier that uh, um, Nicole Gardner is going to be there and participating in that. So they give you an opportunity to see Nicole and ask her some questions. And this will be taking place in conjunction with a Verb Bookstore and Native Brewworks. It's going to be taking place at Native Brewworks. If you haven't had the food at Native Brewworks, it's pretty amazing. Just going to say that. Where are we going to be? I don't remember what I was talking about 10 minutes or 5 minutes ago. Wherever it is, we're going to be there. We're going to be lots of places. So, yeah. Singo Bingo will be taking place at 1812 Pizza Company on October 11th at 6 p.m. Oh, the Sweet Teas Fall Market? Oh, okay. So, hey, you can come see Steel and Stitches at the Sweet Teas Fall Market. October 12th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. will be the Miranda Memorial Car Show at the Greene County Fairgrounds. If you're interested in entering the car show, there is a $15 vehicle entry. Registration will be taking place from 9 to 11 a.m. There will be trophies, food trucks, door prizes, and the proceeds going to the Central Arkansas Radiation Therapy Institute. This event is taking place in conjunction with National Metastatic Breast Cancer Awareness Day and is hosted by 727 Motorsports. The um, brain fart. The food for that event, the food trucks for that event are Mrs. B's Gourmet Grilled Cheese, Sam's Sweets and Treats Mobile Bakery, the Mad Mexican, and Bossed Up Barbecue. This is one of those things I haven't seen. I mean, so there's just kind of this thing that happens. Small businesses are challenging. They are super challenging. Um, and it's not unusual to see them. They'll commit to something a ways out, and then things happen, and maybe they'll make it. I haven't seen Boston Barbecue around lately, so I don't know if they're still around, and I just haven't seen them, or if something happened and they've had to close. So Boston may or may not be there. I haven't heard that they will not be there, but I also haven't seen them post anything on Facebook since the middle of April. Excuse me for just 1 second. I muted my microphone because I promise you did not want to hear that. You might have heard it through the muted microphone. I don't know. Um, Saturday, October 12th, and Sunday, October 13th will be the Red Wolf Renaissance Fair taking place at Craighead Forest Park. Join us to support Arkansas Revelry for the Red Wolf Recovery. What is it with people trying to give me tongue twisters tonight? I have a hard enough time trying to speak normally, and we're getting like extra tongue twisters in tonight. It's crazy. Anyway, the Red Wolf Renaissance Fair will be taking place October 12th and 13th in the Craighead Forest Park. Um, the medieval armor guys from Memphis will be here for that event also. I don't remember what their names are. Downtown after hours. You get 2 downtown after hours in the month of October. Because of the weather, they had to reschedule the one from September. They rescheduled it to October 18th. So Vicky Bishop and the Good Guys will be back at the Community Pavilion on October 18th for Downtown After Hours, Part 2. The 2024 Paraghoul 5K, 10K, and Kids Fun Run will be taking place October 26th at 8 a.m. Later on that afternoon, you will have Trick or Treat in downtown Paragould taking place from 3 to 5 p.m. And then November 16th will be the Paragould Holiday Market. This was formerly the Harvest Craft Show. This is at the Paragould Community Center. This is not at the Paragould Pavilion, but this will be at the Paragould Community Center November 16th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is admission is free. There will be vendor booths, food, door prizes, crafts, sponsored by the Paragould Parks and Recreation Department. All right, I told you that we'd get to the end eventually, and that was it. That's the last slide that I had for tonight. I appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out and putting up with me and being late to get here. And yeah, we're at over an hour for this stream. Trying to talk about everything going on for a month takes a little bit of time. It took a little while to get it all together, and it took a little while to tell you everything that's going on. But I hope it has been beneficial, and I look forward to planning on seeing you the first part of November, and we'll keep doing this. I appreciate your time. I hope you guys have found what we've been doing to be maybe slightly entertaining, somewhat informative, and I hope it's been beneficial to you. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for just watching. I appreciate that very much. Look forward to seeing you again very soon. Until I see you next time, you guys take care of yourselves, take care of each other, invest and support in your local community, and we'll talk to you soon. Good night, everybody.